scam. People don't know. You still ask someone today, why do they believe that the dollar has value? And they'll say, well, it's backed by gold. And, that hasn't been true for a long time.
Might be a new Ethereum, whether it's EOS or Zilliqa or Ontology, being worth, 500 million, $1 billion, which is really, these are large dollar amounts, right? This is extraordinary. And a lot of that was based on, I think, this kind of fat protocol piece, this idea that value would flow down the stack, facilitated by Ethereum kind of support, making it very easy.
So I want to talk about the vortexes. I'm in this little cubbyhole on the backside of one of the rocks in the Sedona Vortex, and I've been to all of the major vortexes in Sedona, and for me, I think the Boynton Pass is the strongest. And some of the indicators that you'll find is, there's people who stack rocks around power areas, I guess. And then I've noticed that off the beaten path, there's some other sacred areas that are probably not advertised. They're not very obvious. So I went around the backside of this one and I saw some stacked rocks, and I can definitely feel the energy here. One of the indications, at least for me, is my hands are very sensitive to energy, and so I feel that. I feel a buzzing around my hands and around my lips and nose, oddly. So yesterday I went to the Boynton Pass Vortex, and to me at the time it felt like the strongest, but I wanted to revisit the airport Mesa Vortex because I also felt an upwelling of energy there. So this is my second time. I'm going to just check it out. I think I'm getting more sensitive to the energies. Like I said before, you spread your hands out like you're palming a basketball, and you can feel it in your palm and your fingertips, I think. I also feel it around my lips, oddly enough. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But here's the nice view here. It's pretty fantastic. Yeah! Sedona! Woo! So now the trees are starting to get more twisted. Some of them are dead. So yeah, I'm starting to get that little bit of nausea. Starting to feel the vibrations in my hands. And I think that we have a bona fide vortex on our hands. We're going to do meditative eye gazing. First you focus on the object, but then after a moment you want to drop your eyes about 3 finger widths with your arm extended, and so your eye is down here, and what you gaze upon is your third eye onto this sacred viewing object. So really your eye is down here, but your third eye is looking at the meditative object. And what you should feel is a pressure on your forehead, right at your the location between the eyebrows, a little bit above, and actually in the center of your head. The other things I've noticed is that you can see that the energy sort of affects people's emotions and just their energy. Like seem to talk louder than usual sometimes, or they get confused, or like I saw this one girl, she must have been like 6 or 7, and she peed her pants. Parents, you could tell that there was some conflict going on, and then there's other people who try to climb. There's this guy who's climbing with his son. He's talking super loud, and I think the energy just affects people. Like, if you're not used to the energy here, you may not notice it, but you can tell that it's affecting people. Either it makes them quiet or louder, or they lose their balance a little bit. I know that I feel a little vertigo, some nausea, buzzing in my hands, lips, nose. Definitely see the twisted, I think they're junipers, quite a bit different than the trees elsewhere. And I think more has to do with energy than, say, the wind and water. I don't know. I'm not a plant biologist, but it seems pretty severe, the twisting, and a lot of dead trees too. I think that my sense is that the energy probably burns out the energy of the trees, because it probably just travels right straight up the roots. So that's what I surmise anyway. I definitely feel it, especially in the areas that are sort of designated as the energy spots by the cairns of rocks that kind of indicate it. And if you're sensitive to it, you feel it. And since it's a bigger energy than, say, the energy that you might generate through, say, your own meditation, or Qigong, or Neigong, or Neidan, or whatever it is you practice, that it can be an overwhelming energy. Basically, you just have to open yourself to it and let it do what it wants to do with you. It's kind of like if you're swimming in the ocean and you see a shark, they'll do whatever they want. They're the king there. So if they want to take you, they will take you. And the same is with energy here. Not to say that the energy is dangerous or anything, and I'm not saying sharks are dangerous either. I'm just saying that the force and the power of it is bigger than yourself, and you should just ride it like a wave. Those are my thoughts on the matter. But for me, Boynton is probably the strongest, and I think it's not that it's the strongest of all the vortexes, it's that in relation to me, it's the strongest. It's maybe the energy that I need the most, or this particular type of energy is the one that I'm sensitive to. Probably the second for me would be the airport vortex. And then the other one would be, I guess, Cathedral Rock. I think those three. But for me, I definitely have an affinity for this one. Oh, and Bell Rock. Actually, I would say Bell Rock would be number 2, and then Airport. And then the Cathedral. I think that's kind of the sequence for me anyway. I haven't quite gotten the feel for the different, like, say, they say some are more male and some are more female and some are more balanced. I guess I sometimes feel an upswelling of energy, and I guess that's more masculine. And some I just feel like an even buzzing. So they say the Boynton one is balanced. Maybe that's true, but it's very, very strong. So it's just, you know, I'm just feeling this zzz. Whereas Airport is real upwelling for me, but I've heard different opinions on what that one is. Cathedral Rock seems fairly balanced to me. And Bell Rock, yeah, balanced as well. The feminine, I think, is much more subtle. Like, say, I forget which one it is. I think it's Red Rock Crossing. And if that's more feminine, well, I apparently am not sensitive to that energy. That, like, a down swelling of energy. I don't know. I don't think I felt much there actually. So perhaps I'm more sensitive to the balance in the male energy. So those are my thoughts on the matter. I think the vortexes, just for the view, is amazing, but being open to what you feel as far as like a magnetic or electric feeling, I think is worthwhile. Might as well experiment with it. You're here anyway. So my suggestion is to be open to it.